I think Puka's mic'd up, though. Come on in here, dude.
Come on in, buddy.
Look at you. You're looking sharp. You got the Pepsi Go Bowling on there. You're looking sharp.
I try.
Okay, you're going to be the X. I'll be the Y.
Right.
He's the Z.
Exactly.
Is that
perfect.
how that works?
I mean, normally I'm Z, but I guess you could be Z
well,
this time.
You know what?
I like to switch it up.
You're on a new roster today, Puka. Thanks for joining us. How's your week been?
It's been good. It's been sweet. It's my first time we played the Saints this year, but it's my first time out here, and it's been good. Trying some new food. I had a po' boy yesterday, and I thought that was pretty good.
Yeah. Oh boy,
Fried oyster.
I had a beignet. It's just a funnel cake.
Really? I haven't had one yet.
Don't hate on it too hard. I mean, just a funnel cake. A funnel cake's freaking good.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they don't have to do a different name for it.
Okay?
It's like the whole
New Orleans,
thing.
they got to have their own thing for everything. But we're down here at the Super Bowl. You played against this Eagles and their DBs twice this year. What can you tell us about how to attack these guys, and why are they so difficult to pass on?
I think, man, they're able to play with that front four, and they're able to just rush with four. They'll send an occasional blitz, and man, they have a great secondary with veterans like Darius Slay and who communicate well, and I think they do a good job, and they have some young guys who play well. So I think the way to attack them is just run after catch, and then man, you're gonna get some man opportunities when they play some stickier coverage, and you got to win those opportunities because they might not happen very often.
I got to ask you about your teammate, Cooper Kupp. When I got into the National Football League, I was lucky enough to go into an offensive line room with a ton of veterans. And they showed me how to go about when we lift weights, why we lift weights, when we meet, we do extra meetings, we do O-line dinners. You guys kind of have that same fraternity in Los Angeles in the receiver room and on the offense as a whole. What was that like for you to have a guy like Cooper show you the ropes and teach you how to be a pro? Not that you didn't know, but he could take you to another level, right?
Yeah, 100%. I feel like, man, I was so blessed to have those interactions with him, and how much of an impact that's made in my career in these first 2 years that I've been in the league and in the Rams organization. From the moment I walked in, he's taken me under his wing and given me the ins and outs that's been a part of this the Rams offense, and to learn how to communicate with the quarterback and the O-lineman and the other guys out there on the field, because it truly takes all 11 to be out there, to go out there and execute a good play. So and then to go to things like what it's like to take notes, write it properly in the meetings, and what it's like to lift, and what it's like to eat properly. I know that was one of the things that we worked on kind of for me last offseason with him, of being like, man, can't eat McDonald's every day. And I was like, all right, I guess I can switch that up.
So one other thing, you mentioned communicating with the offensive line, and I joked with you before the show, you're an honorary offensive lineman, because the simple fan of football doesn't understand that Sean McVay's offense and what you guys do successfully is you win routes, you win one-on-ones, but you go kick people's asses in the run game. How important is that for a receiver to get involved, to get physical, to get nasty?
Yeah, I think it's another thing that I learned from Cooper Kupp. We'd be in the room and we watching the receiver rules are to go fit up on the safety, and I'm like, man, I did my job right there. And he's like, wow, look at this combination right here. We didn't get to the backer, and I'm like, oh, I'm only looking out by the numbers because that's where I play all the time. But we do get inserted in the C gap, and we are a part about rolling back on the backside and sifting D ends and stuff like that. So the all-encompassing of the game of football, you learn how all 11 need to move and what it takes to be on the same page as everybody. Because when there's a lot of big bodies moving in a short area of space, there's very little room for errors. So it makes the game even that more exciting when you're a part of the run game and you're blocking.
What do you get? Do people pump you up when you get to the sideline more after a great block on an explosive run, or maybe moving the chains, an out route, a deep out, or something like that?
I think some of the deep outs. I think as an offensive lineman, I think it's an unpraised part of the game that kind of happens naturally throughout. I mean, the running back gets the glory of that, and that's the exciting part about it, is you're selfless in that moment, and you take, and the team goal is more important. And then when you achieve it, it's that much more exciting. So you kind of never know the result of what's going to happen on a run play, but hey, this is my guy, and I got to block him right in front of me just so it can happen.
So you mentioned you had to change your eating habits, or you changed your eating habits once you got into the NFL. You famously hate vegetables, though, still.
Yes.
So we're going to ask you to rank the vegetables that you hate the most out of these five. We have broccoli, carrots, potatoes, onions, tomatoes. Rank the ones you hate from 1 to 5, 1 being the one you hate the most.
Broccoli.
Broccoli 1. Hot start.
Most hate broccoli.
Yeah. Tomatoes.
Dude, yeah, I don't like tomatoes.
2.
You put ketchup on anything?
I do.
Okay,
that's a different amount. Tomatoes is not ketchup. They're not the same.
Onions.
Okay.
Potatoes got to be 5 because I like potatoes. Yeah, I was like, is that a vegetable, actually?
It technically
what was the other? Oh, carrots. Carrots
Broccoli, carrots.
Yeah, broccoli, carrots.
onions.
Yeah, to me. I mean, I guess because I use ketchup, I didn't think about that.
There's a lot
That's
of
like on
salt in
eggs.
there,
Yeah, it's way different. The organic ketchup's not as good anyway.
We got a helmet here. We got some names. Okay, we're going to ask you to pick a name out of the helmet and tell a story about the guy. Hopefully a good one, but if it's,
Matthew Stafford.
Ooh,
a good story. Oh, I think there was a game where he took a good shot and he came back in the huddle and he's getting the play and he's kind of like, you got the quarterbacks, they're all leaned over, he's leaning in and he's like, kind of like, you can hear him kind of wincing and wheezing and like if he can catch his breath, like, I don't know, I can't remember if it was against the Eagles and he had ran like for a 15-yard first down.
Guys, that's unbelievable.
And he's in the huddle and he's just like wheezing and then Kyron Williams was like, yeah, like, let's go. Like, he's like thinking like he's trying to grind through the moment and he's like, no. And I just thought it was so funny because he's still trying to get the play and I'm just dying. I'm like, this is comedy.
People don't think quarterbacks are tough. That dude is so tough.
Yeah, that guy is tough as nails. He's the best out there, and he sacrifices his body more than most guys in that position.
For sure. You want to pick another name out?
Let's take another name.
Another name out?
Yeah, don't look.
Oh, sorry. I know. I threw that other one back in there. Rome Odunze. I remember fall camp of 2020 at the University of Washington. Rome Odunze and is a freshman, and we just came back and we're doing our first like team workouts. Scores a touchdown in the end zone and then instantly throws a backflip, and that was like a whole new world to like our receiver room. I'm like, wow, this like it was like, what in the world did we just see? Like, did he actually just do that? And we're like, all right. Everybody's got to try to learn how to do a backflip like Rome.
Everybody, we're meeting after practice.
Yeah, literally. New receiver drills.
I love that.
All right, who we got next? Uno más.
Oh, last one?
Uno más.
Aaron Donald.
Oh, gosh. Don't scare me too.
No, right? I think that one of my favorite things about Aaron Donald is every practice he'd come out and he'd have these like quarter length like cut sweats. That was his practice gear every practice, like no matter what swag. Like, you go and he'd have like these 2 black knee braces on right over the top of on the outside of his sweats, not on the inside.
Like,
so, like
an old guy.
Yeah, like the old guy you see at the rec center. Like
yes.
But it's 6'2", 270-pound pure muscle Aaron Donald wearing it, so you're never gonna say anything about it. But that was his practice swag every day.
I love that Donald at the end of his career is like, yeah, I just played actually like 260 my whole career.
Yeah.
He was listed at 290. He's like, yeah, I was actually like 260. It's like, dude.
When I got in the league, there was linebackers. I was middle linebackers that were 260, and now he's like the greatest defensive tackle that ever played the game.
That is
unbelievable.
He's a different animal.
All right, Rams just announced they're playing a game in Australia, 2026. You excited for that?
I am. I just barely learned that it's going to be quite a long flight, so that means I'm going to get maybe some good movies in, and I'll probably doze off most of the time, but I'm super excited.
All right, we're going to play a quick game.
Toilets flush the other way, by the way.
Do they really?
I guess. That's what I heard.
I've never been.
Now I got to make sure I pay attention to how the toilet flushes here. Like what? I don't know. What way does it go?
I'm not sure what way is to go up here.
I
don't want to go down.
Cyclones down there. It goes the other way.
Okay. Look away when I'm flushing. All right, we're going to play a little game now. Are they from Australia? We're going to name some names. You're going to say, are they from Australia or not? All right, first name, Margot Robbie.
Yes.
Yes, she is from Australia. All right, next name, Charlize Theron.
No.
She's not? Correct. Oh, dude, you're all over this one. All right, next one, Stetson Bennett.
No, I know that guy. Georgia.
All right, next one, Kyrie Irving.
What?
No.
Tricky one. He is from Australia. He was born in Melbourne. You can wonder. I
didn't know that.
You know at home why that's tricky.
The guy flew around the globe. He still thinks it's flat Earth. That's unbelievable.
That's an interesting one for sure.
All right, last one here. Nicole Kidman.
No.
Yes, she is from Australia.
Oh.
It's a tough one.
I was doing so good.
Rick from The Walking Dead is Australian.
Is that?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
He's got a good country
My mom
accent.
used to watch that all the time.
He's got a fake country accent.
All right, tell us about Pepsi and Go Bowling. What are you doing here with them?
Yeah, Go Bowling and Pepsi tomorrow. We're having a bowling event. I'm going to be out there and some other NFL players, and we're going to have a bowling event. And we're going to try to see who can bowl pretty well. I think I bowl pretty well. I got my own Rams bowling ball.
Okay.
And
what's your high score?
My high score is 280.
Woo!
I
do bowl pretty well.
I used to take it pretty serious. I haven't bowled in a little while, so it's gonna I gotta make sure I get there early to get some warm up games in. But yeah, if you go to gobowling.com, you get a free coupon for a free game of bowling too. But it'll be fun. Come out here if you're in New Orleans. Come out here and get a chance to bowl with some of the other guys, and it'll be exciting.
That's
Sweet.
awesome. Well, we love you on the pod here. I'm terrible. I have a teammate, David Montgomery, that loves bowling. He's good. You should have him come.
Oh, sweet.
I had a 200 once. I kind of backed into it, but
hey, that's hard. That's not easy to do, though.
I have about 200 beers at the bowling. Hey, Puka, thank you so much for coming on, man. We love you on the pod, and it's even better to see you in your person.